where we last left off, after Luminora put down her cousin Fisher, you all were traveled by way of portal to Conscriptus, to the House of Catharis, where you were honored guests as the houses of Conscriptus worked on making sense of the political fallout of the death of one of their sons. There was a brief judicial process in which no blame was assigned to Luminora or anyone within your group. And you all traveled with House Catharis to Fisher's funeral, showing up loudly and very fashionably late, at which point some various representatives from other houses paid tribute to Luminora and her companions. Some of them may have caught the eyes of some of your party members. You were also approached by an individual named Freya with the House of Maelthram, who had invited your party to a hunting outing with her this evening. In the chaos, one of your party members slipped off to attempt to find a very vexing cousin who hinted at some vague information regarding his respective astrological signs. So,
I didn't hear that part. I saw a hot lady wink at me. I was like, game on.
So, with that, we will begin with Charles.
Awesome.
But not now.
Nope, not now.
We are going to begin with Charles from back then. So, as you sit beneath the Dalmiri skyline, your scout next to you, you can hear the nervous rustling as he just goes, "Hey, Chuck, you awake?"
What's up?
You know, we might not make it tomorrow. That report from headquarters seemed pretty rough.
It's a war. Might not make it every day.
I get that, but I just gotta ask, how do you cope with all this? I mean, do you even know why we're out here?
Try and kill these Hanjis.
But I mean, like, before your memory realignment, like, you had a life, and you don't know what that was like. Do you ever think about that?
No, not really. I got more important things right in front of me. Maybe after the war, or when we get pulled back. But right now we're on the front lines. Ain't no time to think about forgotten memories.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why do you ask?
Well, I'm just thinking about all the people I'd like to see when I get back. And I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. That's all.
for a cigarette.
As you do, you notice in the distance, in the desert sands, you see a all too familiar feminine silhouette just kind of hauntingly standing, staring. You don't know who she is, but you've seen her almost every single day since you joined the service. Almost comforting, the
Anyone else here?
sensation that you're not alone. Never.
Cool. Crazy. Got it.
So, as you are led by Belladonna through the twisting labyrinth that is the innards of House Vorinth, you hear the sounds of the gathering at House Volantis get further and further away. And the general noise of Conscriptus begins to become just a muffled hum as you enter through a side passage, a similarly beautiful white marble structure, a little smaller than some of the others, although much less lively. You've now been walking for maybe about 15 minutes at almost an uncomfortably fast pace. And now that you enter these dark halls, as corridors just seem to fly by you, almost as though the house itself is moving against you so that you and it converge at a single point. For a second, you see a flash of another individual down one of the corridors, but it just passes by too quickly to make out the shape. But you see a familiar Ashborn garb. And you swear, but for a second, you watch as Belladonna, as she passes the corridor, she turns and seems to acknowledge it too, as she continues onward.
So she saw it as well.
You don't know that she did, but she just looked down a corridor, looked back and kept going, and as you look to see what she may or may not have been looking at, you see that individual there. The woman that you've always been seeing.
Did you see her?
Of course not, Charles. But I know that you do.
What does that mean? What do you mean? How do you know what I see?
Like I said, I have a certain attunement to certain auras. And with that, she pushes open a large oak door that leads to what looks like a kind of a large bed chambers area. There is just a mix of just like gold and treasures laying about, some materials that look like they're there for like herbalism, alchemy, some kind of spell casting. You also would notice there's a particular work area on a desk with it looks like that area is kind of the most heavily trafficked. With that, she turns and says, "So, it sounds like you were hoping for a reading?"
Yeah.
And she almost immediately kind of like sets upon you and moves with kind of this unnatural speed. And she's now just like circling around you like a hungry shark, kind of like looking at you up and down. Um, and um, you start to feel like you start to feel yourself just being inspected, and she starts taking off your coat.
Okay. I'll go with it.
Okay. As she does, she just kind of throws your stuff kind of to the side. She starts like unbuttoning your shirt and then
Okay.
places an ice cold hand against your chest and begins kind of softly incanting. And you begin to hear what sounds like different iterations of her own voice,
Mhm.
kind of not echoing, but beginning from all over the room. As though as soon as she starts this incantation, it just a choir of her own voice, like slightly different in their cadences, begin to swell up from all around her. And with that, she just says, "Oh, you poor, sweet thing. Such a cruelty that the sacred machine still employs such barbaric practices. You used to be married. You used to be in love. And you still bear the pact that you took. A pact to exact vengeance on the very machine that you now serve." And you see that she almost has this like soft look of like the tiniest hint of pity for just a second. And then she just kind of like clicks her tongue and just says, "Well, that's certainly not fair. And that must be who you see, then. Did you know that? The woman you see."
I don't remember anything from before.
No, of course not. But I suppose that means you didn't know who she was, which she's your wife. How
Is
sad is
she
that?
really there?
No, darling.
Well, then where is she?
It's hard to say because she's not really your wife, is she?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
Well, do you remember falling in love with her?
I don't remember anything from before.
So you don't remember a wedding?
I don't even know what her name is.
Then how could she be your wife?
I didn't say she was. You said she was my wife.
And with that, she just kind of like, in this very smooth motion, with almost like this faint, you swear she's moving like a blur. She's behind you, kind of rubbing your shoulders, and she just says, "I'm sorry, Charles. I'm not meaning to make you upset. Come and sit down." And she's going to kind of like gently push you over to her bed and just like sit you down as she walks around you and then crawls on it kind of behind you and starts rubbing your shoulders again.
Okay.
She says, "The point I'm trying to make is you are currently in a volatile predicament, one that I feel I may be able to help you with. Because although you may not know who this woman is, the pact that you made with her is very real, and there are consequences for such a contract existing without your knowledge. And it's not fair.
This is such a
Death, dismemberment, more permanent consequences. The kind that chase you even after your body leaves this place. And I don't know what my cousin told you about my house, but this is something of a specialty of ours.
getting rid of Pact.
Well, in a similar way, in that arcane energy can neither be created nor destroyed, such a concept exists with pacts as well. While
So you can't break it, but you can give me a different one.
exactly, one that you opt into of your own free will, one chosen by, and she like leans in and just says, you, not whoever you were before, but who you are now.
Turn to face her on the bed. So what are you proposing?
She is going to go in for a kiss.
Well, I'm not gonna stop her.
Okay.
I think I'm crazy.
Yeah. So the conversation of any pacts or any of that is cut short, as it seems that she has some other intent in mind. So we're gonna do our first campaign, Fade to Black.
Dude
Well
got
done.
fucked.
Good job. First one,
All right.
nailed it.
Have fun, you guys. I'm out.
Yep.
Leave on a high note.
As we go now to the rest of you, as the funeral begins to die down, your party is getting ready to collect any stragglers and make your way back to House Catharis. Luminora, you will have noticed that Charles Brand is missing.
Row.
Enoch or Maz around?
They both are.
And I will go up to them. Have either of you seen Charles?
I'm going to give perception checks if you'd like to take it.
I'm not gonna presume I haven't been paying attention.
I'll take it. I'll take one. 15.
You have not seen Charles. You walk up to Mazarin as she is kind of standing at the bar. And you tap on her shoulder and she like flinches and turns real fast and then like looks back at where she's been standing and she's like 6 drinks deep right now. And you watch as she just quickly like takes another glass and like polishes it off and says, sorry, time to go?
Yes. Are you are you
Perfect.
okay? Okay. Have
I'm
you
great.
seen Charles?
Who?
Charles, the you know, the one with the guns?
Yeah, he came with us.
Have you okay, yes, he's not with us anymore. Have you seen him recently?
I saw him maybe 5 minutes ago. He was standing right over there, and he points to where like you guys kind of first entered.
And then he went where?
I have not been keeping track.
Just wondering.
There
Okay.
is an open tab, and this is some top shelf
Yes.
booze.
Yes. I think we've got booze at home. So why don't we get ready to go with
I'm ready to
everyone
go.
else?
Let's do it.
Perfect.
But we're missing Charles.
And we are missing Charles.
Can't you cast some
Do you?
huge spell for no
Well,
reason?
That's what I was asking you, if you could cast some spell for. I mean, it's
Yeah.
for a reason.
Sure, I could, right?
If you just kind of get a
Sort of within my
quick
wheelhouse.
message or something.
Yeah. Message. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I can do that.
You remember? Yeah. I actually don't know how you cast stuff, so I don't think I should.
Sure. Well, let's do this. And you watch as she just like looks up and says, "Oh, what should I say to him?" I guess ask that he's safe and he's alive because like you killed this guy, and then his family is probably after us. We came in all ready.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's gone.
Yeah. Where are you? And we're heading back to
Okay.
the manor.
So Charles, in the middle of whatever you'd like that to be, you hear the voice of Mazarin go, "Hey Charles, everybody's looking for you. We're worried that you might have been killed by an assassin. And if so, would be sort of a canary in a coal mine situation. So just give us signs of life and tell us that you're safe and rendezvous in," she looks at Luminor for a second and goes, 30.
Can I send an image?
No.
I'll just be like,
You-
alive, busy, need more than 30. Is that more
Mazarin-
words than I can say?
No, that was fine. Mazarin kind of like scratches her head and she's like,
Is he dead?
Do we need to go find him?
Is he dead?
"No, I think
Oh.
I think he might be getting laid."
Oh.
Oh, we should totally go find
Oh.
him.
How does she know that?
Oh.
I
I
whisper.
love it. I was.
Like
You know what?
his response is telepathic, but even there he sounded out of breath.
Yeah. Well, whatever. He knows where the manor is. I'm going home.
Different
Okay.
on me.
Yep.
Love it.
With that, your party kind of makes their way back to the House Catharis. As you...
Enoch stays behind. I mean, okay, Maz, he's getting laid. That's fine, but I still don't think we're kind of entirely safe here, right? Luminora, what's
I
the
mean-
chance one of your cousins kills some of us?
The chances of someone killing Charles, I think, are relatively low. I feel like if they were going to make a move, they would have done it quite publicly. The chances of him getting into some trouble, pretty high. But
Nobody's gonna take
It
that.
didn't
didn't
anger out
sound
on
like
him.
he. I don't have any anger.
To be, if I may, and I won't. I more am curious to see if I understand the like political situation around here because I read a book about it. But I don't think it would make sense to kill Charles because he's with the Ledgermen. So if someone wanted to hurt you, Luminora, they would kill someone you actually care about, like
My sister.
like your
or-
sister, your
Exactly.
brother,
Exactly.
father, mother, probably off the table, but probably someone
Okay,
within
yeah,
your house
yeah.
or Sal, obviously, but he's safe with
Sal.
us.
What? I'm sorry. What?
But Charles
Why
should
would
be
they-
good.
Why would they kill Sal? Now I'm curious about the politics. What?
I mean, because he's family.
Is what?
What? I'm sorry, what?
She just looks at Sal and goes, "Sorry, Sal, I didn't mean for you to find out this way, but you know, back to the drawing board, I guess."
A very complicated group.
Oh, did you say he's Amish?
I'm sorry.
I know I'm not here, but that's what I heard. I'm
Okay.
confused.
Mazard, we're gonna have to circle back to that for sure. But yes, Enoch, that is
No, sorry, that was a joke. They wouldn't give a fuck about Sal either.
okay.
I was joking.
Yeah, that was my understanding. Okay, that
Yeah.
was.
Charles would have gotten it.
you- I don't think he would have.
Yeah, it sounds
Enoch,
like
I
he's
don't
safe.
think he's not. Yeah, he's not going to die. He, depending on who he has walked off with, may get into some really shady stuff. But
To be clear, I
Okay.
am only like 30% sure he's actually fucking. What I'll say is what he said was, I'm fine and I'll need more than 30 minutes.
hmm,
But,
and he
like,
didn't sound like he was in distress.
no, I mean, he sounded out
outside
of breath.
being out of breath. Okay, I mean,
Yeah. But, I mean, imagine what it's like to be telepathically out of breath.
so Enoch, I don't know. I'm not gonna stand around and wait for Charles to finish whatever his escapades are. I have a lot of we have a lot of things to prepare for. So
All right. Yeah.
Plus, we have completed our objective, right?
the objective of our mission
We
as
have-
Legiman, or our objective here.
She kind of looks at everyone else and just goes, "Our objective as Ledgerman."
Yes, that has been completed. Yeah.
Because we do not have an objective here.
No, that is correct.
Okay. But we are supporting you, and this wine is out of control. Blackstaff, they let me take a to-go cup.
Thank you for your support.
Do you know how much that stuff costs?
I do not know. It's
Ballpark it.
I don't
Ballpark
know,
it.
like 20 gold. I don't is similar to produce, I imagine. I
It's a
don't
gallon of
understand
milk
what.
cost.
Okay.
A banana,
Wow.
surely $7.
Wow. She kind of holds her glass to Sal, and she's like, did you try this yet?"
No, I would like.
Yeah. And she'll hand you the rest of her glass.
I feel like we're
Alright.
like stragglers at this funeral that I don't want to be at already, so I'm gonna try and kind of like usher us out of here.
Yeah.
Just gently, like
Sal, as
guys are
you
doing worse than me.
breathe,
I'd smell it
yeah,
and I'd slam it.
yeah.
Like-
Sal, first off, Sal, as you breathe deeply of the bouquet of the flagstaff, it hits you like that scene from Ratatouille, and you are just like transported to like through 4 different dimensions. And for a second, your like knees get a little shakier than usual. This is not a wine to be slammed. You're going to want to nurse this and savor it for as long as possible, because you know that as soon as it hits your tongue, you will de-age 50 years.
Oh,
Dude, you'll be
I
on.
like.
He was like,
I-
I think I had about 3 bottles of those. Genuinely, probably high point of my entire life.
I'm happy.
cool.
I'm genuinely happy you've enjoyed yourself at this funeral so much, Master. Someone had to.
Oh shit, it was a funeral.
What?
Well,
This
back
one,
to
come on.
business.
I'm just going to like gently like. Okay, come on, we gotta get
She's
out of
gonna,
here.
she'll walk along.
I'll slap her on the back and get rid of her drunkenness. Just in an instant, back to sober.
Oh,
She
that's
like
sad.
stops for a second, looks at
That's
you.
horrible.
That's
And she's like,
tragic.
On the clock, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Somehow I feel like I've earned that, but I'm going to choose not to retaliate, and I'm going to call us even. Are we good?
No, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
And she just keeps walking. As our party of not fuck ups makes their way back to the House Catharis, we're going to get back to Charles and Belladonna in kind of a post-session bliss here. Belladonna is going to like almost in like a super rush, like be getting dressed and start gathering a bunch of stuff.
I will match
Within.
the pace. I don't want to be.
Yeah, there's
Left
kind of
here.
there's kind of like a change in tone here. And with that, she appears to be kind of tinkering with a bunch of supplies by her desk, and she looks at you and says, "Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I wanted to get back to our conversation about fixing your little problem. You've astutely pointed out that I can't make it go away, but I can replace it with something a little bit more easy to sate." And with that, from the desk, she pulls like a little drawer out, and she pulls out this dark relic. This looks like a twisted. It looks like a twisted hand cannon that predates the time of the FETC.
Very cool. I know.
And as she does, she just says, "Now, the pact I have with you is simple. You place your hand on this," and she like walks towards you and kind of grabs you by the elbow and like takes your hand and like puts it around the weapon as it's like pointed towards her chest, and she like takes her finger and places it on yours and like kind of gently guides it into the like trigger mechanism. And she says, "You put your hand right here and you make the nightmares go away."
What do you mean?
So right now, there is a parasite that lives within you. And every day, it's going to eat a little piece of you. And the way for you to satiate that is to make good on a promise that was not made by you. And that promise is essentially open insurrection against an enemy that is too large to defeat.
Okay.
So, pardon my vernacular here, but when someone like me sees a deal like that, I recognize that as a total dead end. The alternative I'm offering is to take a step, just one, into the darkness and consort with something older and wiser than the current masters that you serve. And here's the best part. the way you feed it is by doing what you've already been doing. Because I don't need to be gifted to know that you're a killer. That's painfully obvious. And this, Charles, is the tool of a killer. You don't have to speak with it. The nightmares will go away. In the same way that a painter uses a brush, you will take this and you will travel with my cousin and you will kill. And that's all it wants.
Who do I talk to?
No one.
Just you? You?
That's right. You are going to make a promise to me that I am going to lend you this relic, and in turn, you are going to be a good steward of it, and you are going to kill with it until such a time comes that you can't do that anymore. And when that comes, you will simply have to find someone else to do it for you. That's it. So,
I
what do you say?
What kind of ammunition does it take?
You'll figure it out. What I need you to do is just say yes. And I'm going to need you to make a... give me a wisdom saving throw here.
10.
10. So the decision is yours, but I'll just say it would feel really good to please Belladonna right now. That's all I'm going to say. So you can say yes, you could say no, but and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, Charles, you can tell that this whole time something has been going on where you can feel her hooks kind of sinking into you,
Mm-hmm.
for better or for worse. But you can tell that, like, even more than usual, she's kind of got you where she wants you. And again, like, you know that you have the willpower to say no to this, but it would feel really good to say yes.
Just nods his head. Says, "All right, I'll do it."
I'm going to need you to say yes.
I get real close to her face. Yes.
There's like this break in tension, and it almost looks like she has this like glint of joy as you do, and she pulls you in for a kiss, and as soon as she does, you feel nothing. You feel darkness, and as you open your eyes, you see a shadow of that woman that has been haunting you. And you, for some of the first times, you see like her eyes, which usually she's a little too far away. And there's this, in the distance, almost like a drum beat, this like harsh thud, and she's just gone. And then that cold sensation gives up, and she just says, "So." And then she almost kind of nervously like strokes her hair back and just says,
Well, am I still in the darkness?
"No."
Oh, okay.
She kind of strokes her hair back and just says, This is been a bit of a strange day, I'm sure, for the both of us. I don't usually do that sort of thing, but I had
Make
fun with it.
pacts or have sex with strange men.
Have sex with strange men that I make pacts with. That's actually going to be a first for me.
Thank you.
But this means that you and I are going to be working more closely moving forward. And if you ever need a friend, someone to guide you, I hope you'll think of me. And she reaches into like this cupboard again and pulls out this like black moleskin notebook and just says, if you ever have any questions or just feel the need to talk to someone, you can write in this, and when I see it, I'll try to write you back.
I take it, put it in a jacket pocket, and then I tuck this gun in the small of my back, my pants. Because I only have one holster. That already has a gun in it.
Okay.
So I do the back of the pants. Tuck.
With that, she just says, now. And she just grabs your shoulders. And as she does, there's this like faint thud in the background, like you just heard like a body hit a floor. And you are standing outside of House Vorinth in an instant. And she just says, I think both of us probably have an eventful day. And she just kind of is like patting your sides and like kind of like she like kind of does up your tie in a way that looks more like done up. And she just goes, also, it would probably be in your best interest to keep this between us. No offense to my dear cousin, but I find her to be a little bit suspicious and untrusting.
Also does the lock lifts gesture. Throws the key away. Fake key, you know.
You kind of like get the sense that it was cool when you like did the first part, and as you did the second part, it was a little bit corny.
Yep.
But you were halfway through and you had to commit to it.
Yeah, already committed. Yeah.
But she kind of gives like a playful giggle, and she leans forward again and just like kisses you on the cheek, and then just begins walking back into the house and just says, "Don't forget to write me." And as you look on, she leaves, the door opens, and your eyes are drawn like a little bit to above where she was, and there's a window, and you see a very old woman just staring you down silently.
Fuck, she probably heard us. I gotta figure out how to get back.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
You know what? I'll actually be good at that. Oh, fuck yeah. 19.
19. You know your way back. You start making your way back.
16?
As Charles makes his way back, the rest of you, it would now be maybe about 4 in the afternoon. It's still midday. Luminora.
Yep.
You wouldn't have had much time at the house before your mother approaches you and just says, now, are you ready?
Yes. Yes. Can I ask you? You met with Zalathea after your success in Karsus. What should I expect?
She kind of pauses, and genuinely and thoughtfully, you see her trying to measure her response here. She says, I don't want you to go in being afraid because she would sense that. Generally, the belief is held that she meets with her daughters when they are at a turning point in their life. I'd like to say that she offered guidance, but I can't think of any of it being something that changed my trajectory. All I want you to know is that this is an honor, and I expect that you will carry yourself in a way that is in accordance with that.
Of course, Mother. Lenore's super nervous, but is locked tight. She's locked in.
Yep. With that, she is going to just reach out and almost touch you as she is going to dimension door you somewhere else. And
Touch.
with that, you are at the foot of what looks like some kind of monument. Just kind of like I'd say more of like an obelisk. It is surrounded by this beautiful arboretum that has a bunch of flora that does not really it doesn't really match what you would see in the rest of the clay warrens around Conscriptus. There's not much that grows here. But this is a place that is well tended and clearly a place of a deep respect. And with that, there's kind of this almost like pantheon-like set of steps that leads into this larger structure where you go in, like directly into the obelisk. As you look up, kind of regarding the structure, because I imagine maybe you hadn't gotten super close to this, you see there's a series of like windows within this obelisk where you can see small areas where light can trickle in from the outside. But even from this distance looking in, it looks pretty dark.
Dark inside the obelisk? Okay. And is there anyone else around?
No?
I will briefly look around and presume that's the direction I'm supposed to be heading.
Okay. Your mother will walk up the stairs with you. And as you do, there's this like tunnel of darkness. And at the foot of it, this like wall of fire that is blocking the way. And with that, your mother just kind of looks at you and just says, I will wait for you. No matter how long it takes.
That's comforting. So I'm turning towards the fire. I'm supposed to be walking towards the wall of fire.
Yep. That's the vibe you get.
That's the vibe I get. That is what I will do. I will like just nod to my mother and walk in.
Okay. So as you go to walk through this fire, there is heat coming off of it. It is not as hot as you would expect. However, from getting close to it, you get the sense that you're going to be taking some damage walking through this thing. So are you going to walk or are you going to run?
I'm going to walk through and I will try and absorb elements, assuming that I'm taking like actual fire damage.
Badass.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So you take so this would have been 18 of fire and radiant, which is half now to 9 of fire and radiant.
And I have resistance to radiant.
Yeah.
So,
So this is
like
So you
6?
resist both. Well, you resist the fire
Oh.
and you resist the radiant. So
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Got it.
effectively
Thank you.
halved.
so
Yeah, she gets the
As-
sense that she should not be running in this place, so she is walking like trying to be very measured about her movements and chill, real chill.
Okay. So, as you do in the distance, in this dark hallway, you see a singular figure that is just sitting in total solitude. And as you approach, you see for the first time in your life, you see the Forever Blade, this obsidian sword that seems to cause this strange particle effect where it just seems to eat the light around it, including the natural radiant light that comes off of Zalathea, where it's almost this weird cosmic situation where you have like a black hole sitting right next to a sun that they're both just kind of like feeding into each other.
Cool. That's so cool.
Is that
As-
the real Zalathea?
That's what Luminor is being led to believe here.
Cool.
And almost in a sourceless way, you just hear this booming, yet soft, yet deafening, yet comforting voice as she just says, "Approach."
Yeah, I'll approach. I get to what seems like a respectable or an expected distance before she'll like take an how tall like is this? Am I like looking up,
Yeah, you are. She's
Oh.
about, you would guess, maybe about 10 feet tall.
Okay.
She's kind of slouched down in a throne that is kind of fit for that. So she's already above you, but then,
Okay.
so she's a good amount above you.
I think she'll go and like do a full like knee, like take a knee and like bow her head.
That's the move.
Your Radiance, I am honored to be in your presence. And then I'll
There's
stand
like this pause as she kind of cocks her head. As you kneel, you notice there is, in the same way where when you undergo your transformation, there's almost this like reverse magnetism that just pushes things away. Like you can feel that you're almost limited by your strength of like how close you can get to her. Like you kind of get to a certain point where it's like, this is naturally about as close as I can get before I'd have to like kind of take a running start or use some magic to get any closer. Because you kneel and you slide back maybe about a foot very slowly. And then you have to be careful when you stand up not to be just like kind of pushed away. As you stand, you hear her voice once again, almost sounding like it's somehow coming from behind you and above you and just everywhere within this obelisk, as she just says, "You felled your cousin, my grandson, despite overwhelming odds. You did what others could not. You have brought honor to House Catharis, yet the legacy of another grandchild cut short." And you see there are like, it's hard to read her expression, but you see what look like almost tears of like radiant molten light that are like have been falling down her eyes for who knows how long. And she just says, "I felt it the moment he fell. Fisher, my very own blood, cut from our line by your hand." And she looks up at you and says, "I felt yours too, Luminora." Again and again and again. Each time you die, it tears through me. And each time is like reopening a new wound in the place of an old one. There's a long pause, and you get the sense you're not exactly sure if she wants you to speak or if she's just thinking. And you definitely are getting the sense that time is not necessarily perceived in the same way as you might. She says, I summoned you to regard you myself because I see a great deal of potential in you and in your house. I wanted to know, what was it that you thought of your cousin and his plan?
I did not wish for his end, but I felt that the path he chose disgraced your name.
There's a pause, and she says, how do you feel about our position within the Founder's machine?
My travels over the last few weeks have led me to lose some faith in the Founder's machine.
There's kind of a slow nod. As she kind of looks on you a little bit more, she says, do you know who your ancestors were? Do you know what I am?
Do I know that answer? Other than like if I just say like celestial of some sort.
I would say Luminora would know it about as well as Jasmine probably does.
Agreed.
I'm gonna say this would be an odd question hitting your ears.
Yeah.
So you might not be sure where she's going with this.
Okay. I do not think that I have the answer you wish to hear.
Child, this is not a test.
Yes. I only know that your lineage involves some celestial blood.
It's not incorrect. But my brothers and my sisters were created with a specific purpose. We were created as weapons to wipe the slate of civilization clean, such that it could be started anew.
Dude,
Yeah. yeah.
Apocalypse? Way to go.
Okay,
As you know, we have accomplished great things under the banner of the Founder. And seeing his kingdom losing some of its luster, and seeing the ambitions of your cousin cut short, I wonder what the future of our houses will look like within this machine. And even I don't have the answer for that. Yet somehow, I feel that your generation will be instrumental in forging our fate. So, wherever that takes you, go with my blessing.
Does it seem like I'm being dismissed?
It does.
Okay. Oh god. Yeah, I will we're gonna do like the freaking royal backwards walk for a couple steps before you know, a little head bow. Thank you, Blade Mother, and turn and walk away.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna use the black hole sword. Stoked.
Certainly not.
Black
So with
hole
that,
sword.
Sword.
you begin to make your way out, and it is a long walk back, and you just hear the sound of your own footsteps echoing.
I feel like she probably like hears her pulse like whooshing in her ears because she is like,
Yeah,
"Ugh." Yeah.
yeah. You would also notice that I assume you have your blade at your side.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the like scabbard is like this faint trail of black smoke.
Okay. Like, is it coming from the blade itself?
Seeming to be coming from the blade itself.
Can I peek at it?
Yeah, as you slowly like lift the blade a little bit, it's almost like lifting the top off of a pot that's been boiling for a while, where it kind of vents this like faint black, like this darkness that emanates from the blade, and almost like kind of at your abdomen, it almost like distorts and partially like obscures the area that you draw it from, where it now seems like Echo Brand is taking on some of that like dark quality of the Forever Blade.
We'll sheath that and continue walking.
Okay. As you do, your mother is waiting for you. You see that she is actually pacing.
Yeah, I'll like come out and like do like a little
Okay. Are you
shimmy,
walking or
shimmy down
running?
the steps. Oh shit. I am walking.
Okay. You can absorb elements again.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the exact same roll. So
Oh,
18 half to 9.
ooh, okay. Uh, that was not what I expected.
Your mother reaches forward and like just pulls your blade a little bit just to look at the blade itself. And then like you see her crack this like fucking smug smile that you may have never seen in your life as she just like releases it again and like just turns around and starts walking away.
Yeah, I'll fall into step like just like one pace behind her with, yeah. I'm just like looking at her like, what the hell is going on? But I'm not gonna ask anything.
She
yet.
kind of stops and like turns to you as though like she wants you to walk side by side with her, which is new, by the way.
Yeah.
And with this, she just smiles and says, This is an honor. You have brought honor onto our house, daughter. And I thank you for that.
He thanks me. That's a change. Pleased to do so. don't know what to say.
She just smiles and is like nodding to herself. She's got this look of like, yeah, everything's gonna be okay.
Not
So, with that, you make your way back to the. You walk back. You do not dimension door back to the gates of House Catharis. As you do, you see an individual outside the gates, just kind of waiting patiently and kind of having a friendly, kind of trying to explain who they are, maybe, to the guards of Catharis. As you see a familiar Marion Virel.
Oh, thank God.
It.
Nice.
And she is just like looking a little exacerbated, and she turns, sees you, and she just goes like, oh, thank the gods. And she just like looks over her shoulder and says, like kind of walks towards you and then sees who you're walking with, and immediately like her face kind of goes pale, and she just like begins walking away like she doesn't know you, like kind of like walking to the side.
Marion Virel. I'll call her name.
Yes. Lady
Admiral.
Catharis.
Admiral Catharis. This is Marion Virel. She's with the Legerdman peripherally.
Apologies, but I do not work with the Legerdman. I am an emissary of the Spy Master. Apologies to intrude, but I was hoping to work amicably with your house to resolve some of the blunders that were made by the Legerdman and to discuss your status with that organization moving forward. And with that, she is kind of talking to both of you, but she's kind of not wanting to make eye contact with your mom, so she's kind of looking at you. And with that, Lady Catharis has now put on this like very cold and like do not fuck with me exterior, where she just goes, let's have this conversation inside, Marion. And she just like waves the guards past and then just like walks inside. And Marion just like gives you this look of like, what the fuck?
How far away are we from my mom?
You can hang back if you like, because she's kind of
I kind
purposefully
of
like,
want to hang back just a tiny bit so that we can like walk and talk without it being like right next to the Admiral.
okay.
The Spy Master sends you out. I was wondering when you would resurface. Just
Well,
didn't expect for it to be here.
There are some moving pieces that need to be discussed, and believe me, there's nowhere that I would rather not be, but this needs to get done. So, I presume the rest of your party is here?
Yes.
As this happens, you watch as Charles, with like his jacket like over his shoulder, just starts like strolling through, and you hear some of the guards go, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Me, Charles Brand.
Me.
Oh, sorry. It's fine, guys. It's Chester's friend.
Yeah. Dude, I'm getting hella perks.
So they wave you through.
Chester, dude.
And Charles, you see Marion, and she looks on and just says,
Hi, how are
Charles,
you? How you
looking
doing?
very sharp. I'm doing very well. How are
These
you?
are my dress uniform.
Yeah,
We just,
my
like I said,
we just
look like
returned
sharp.
from the funeral. So
Just got back from a funeral.
Well, a military outfit is appropriate for a funeral.
Think it looks nice.
Yes, I told you it looks nice.
Right.
All right, so
all right.
great. Come in, Mr. Brand. Let's all have a conversation.
Marion, I'm sure that the spy masters briefed you and everything regarding talking with the admiral.
Yes, she reached out to his office.
Great. Great. Love that.
So with that, you were all gathered, kind of in the dining hall, as there's kind of like this tense gathering between both of your parents, you, and then the entirety of your party. I imagine kind of a nightmare of like home life meeting work life.
Literally.
And
Is your dad's there?
posh and your posh parents are like, I don't like
No.
how your like my daughter's employer has had all their shit
Like-
goes down. Well, it's
Residency graduation all over again. Oh my God,
yeah,
like
it's
imagery.
it's like it's like Princess Diana or whatever is like working as like a parking maid, and then like there's some shit going on, and then like they get called in by the king and queen. So
What country has parking maids and king and queen?
I'm pretty sure England.
England.
Oh,
That's
Probably
literally
the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
place.
yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot they existed.
So,
bad.
I mean, that's just the reference I use. So, with that, yeah, everyone gathers.
Can I just briefly
And-
fill Enoch in on this? Because he's never met Marion.
Yeah, so Enoch, you show up, and Marion looks very interested in you.
Interested how?
Was he?
Yeah, interested how?
Was he called
Yeah.
to this? Was this
Yeah,
like
you would have been
a-
summoned as
Okay.
well.
Okay,
You're part of the team. They don't know that you're not part of the team.
not a ledgerman. She knows.
You know, the guards don't.
So,
or the
as she sees you,
summoners.
she just goes, interesting. Hi,
what's
we've
this all
not
about?
met. I'm Marion Virel. I was sort of this group's liaison, and when they were briefly conscripted to work for a higher presiding power, I'm their boss.
Oh. Okay. Well, I've just been their guide for the past week or so. I mean,
I'm aware, and I'm aware that there are some outstanding debts between yourself and Horatio.
there are.
And we have some business to attend to. And at the end of this, you and I will have a conversation, and we will work out some kind of mutual resolution.
I'll leave you all to your ledgerman business and be right out there.
Oh, I'm sorry, but this involves you too, so if you don't mind, I'd much prefer if you stayed and listened in.
Their boss, my boss. I don't know what's what anymore. So yeah, I'll go make himself a seat.
Great.
Also, has
Um,
Enoch been maskless for all of this? I love it.
So with that, Admiral Catharis begins and just says, "Well, I will start. Marion, I'm glad that you answered my summons, although I regret that the spy master couldn't make an appearance himself." And with that, Marion just says, he sends his deepest condolences that he was not able to be here in person. but I assure you that there is nothing more pressing than resolving this matter within his office. And with that, Admiral Catharis just goes, excellent. So, it is clear to me that a rogue agent within the Ledgerman conspired to have my daughter executed and conscripted an entire battalion of the Steel Covenant, presumably using Ledgerman resources to do so, and as part of this, presumably had help from within the Ledgerman to ensure that it was her block that was being routed to pursue Fisher. And I have sent such relevant documents for the Spy Master to review as evidence of this. And with that, Marion just says, I am not going to refute any of that. There has clearly been a litany of corruption within the Ledgerman that I agree absolutely must be ameliorated. And with that, Thessa goes, I feel that my daughter should be excused of her service within the Ledgerman because due to the dire nature of these comedies of errors. And with that, Marion just goes, I'm sorry, Admiral, but that's out of the question. And Thessa just narrows her eyes and just begins piercing through Marion with just this cold gaze that you know all too well. And with that, Marion kind of stumbles and just goes, but I can ensure that that block 252, that the group and your daughter will not be put in such a situation again, because the Spy Master proposed that they be promoted to a special unit that would report directly to him and no one else.
Promotion.
And with that, Tessa states,
What's the level up? Stuff happens.
she just states, this was not the concession that I had in mind, and I will be reaching out to the Spy Master myself. And with that, she stands
talk
up.
to your manager. Sorry.
Yeah. With that,
Dude,
she stands up and goes to walk away.
Charles thinks really hard at Mesrin. Do you think we get a raise?
She looks at you, sees you doing that, and then just does this.
That's such a shithead.
Looks like we're gonna get a lot of money.
What's Danemark doing? Does he look chill?
Who?
He
It's
is
your buddy,
very
drinking
much
Papa.
he is very much like the hype man to Thessa's emotions, where he's like out of the corner of his eye, kind of like seeing the way that she's responding, and he's just like with his body just being like, what a load of crap.
Love it.
And then
I
he's just
love
like,
this guy.
Husband.
well,
Yeah.
he's like, well, and his body language just kind of saying like, well, I mean, they say there's nothing that can be done, but golly, am I upset about it? So she leaves, and then he just like kind of gets up, and he's like, yeah, this is just so disappointing. And then he just kind of like turns and like gives one last look at you, and then he's trying to like gauge how you feel about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting the sense that you're pretty like
think,
that you're keeping it tight.
Well, I think Luminor was really shocked by the whole Spy Master part of it. Is when that dropped, I think Luminor was like, "Oh, what the hell?" So, kind of surprised by that.
Is that bad?
No,
Does,
just
does Charles
shocked.
know if
Just
that's
surprised.
bad? Is this promotion really a disciplinary action?
Seems like a very military thing.
Right.
So with that, your mother leaves, Daenric leaves. You would all. So what that would
No.
mean is that you are technically Ledgerman, but you are kind of being pulled aside and working outside of the organization, which is what happened the first time that Marion pulled you, where she was essentially like borrowing your
Blackhawks.
unit from the Ledgerman, and now you're kind of like permanently on retainer for the Spy Master and just kind of doing his bidding. And
Do we
basically,
have more
you're
power now?
Perfect.
no.
Oh.
Well, possibly in the sense that wherever you're going, let's put it this way, if you need more power, it will probably be given to you to finish your assignment because you are working for a more powerful person.
Cool. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Not do we base have more power. I assume we're nobodies still.
I mean,
I was never nobody.
yeah,
Well-
it's becoming a little less that way. So with that,
Have some faith in yourself, Charles.
as Thessa and Daenric leave, Marion is looking a little shook. She takes a couple of deep breaths, and she turns towards you, Luminora, and just goes, "Well, I didn't get executed, so
I wouldn't have executed you.
I don't know. You hear stories."
Did you need something to eat or drink?
Oh, did you guys
Um,
phone?
No, we did not.
Is Charles saying that out loud?
Sure.
Marion, like, slowly turns her head towards you.
That was supposed to be an inside thought.
Hmm.
Sorry.
She
I just had a
slowly
real
turns her
good
head
day.
away. As Charles goes to say that, he just goes, "I just had a real good," and then it cuts out.
Just somebody cast silence on him.
He seems to be under a silence effect, although no one seemed to cast a spell.
I'm just gonna continue the conversation, not acknowledging.
A drink would be great. Enoch. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's discuss your future, shall we?
Please.
The Spy Master has leveraged the release of any Ashborn captives. They are being released back into the Embermaw. I regret to inform you that there was a more elderly gentleman who I'm afraid has died in his captivity. This is being investigated. So I'm sorry to give you that news, but everyone else is being released in the Embermaw unharmed.
Well, I can almost guarantee the southern tribes wouldn't do anything in retaliation. So there's that.
She gives you a look and she just goes, "Well, maybe some retaliation is very understandable. But you accomplished your task, and this leaves us with the question of what to do with you.
He tenses up a little bit in his chair, getting ready to move.
And yeah. And she just goes, now, you may have gathered that my management style is very different than that of Horatio's. And if I'm not mistaken, it's my understanding that you perhaps don't necessarily have a home to go back to. Is that right?
No, I don't.
So, I have a proposition for you.
I accept.
Very well. We will work out your payment details, and I will just have you know. And she walks over towards you a little bit and sits down next to you, and she kind of looks into your eyes kind of earnestly and says, I can't imagine how you might feel about this thing that we all call the sacred machine. And I cannot expect someone who has endured such hardships under its oppression to willingly seek to serve it with its best interest in mind. So I would just like to say that at the risk of speaking heresy, there are things within this system that can be improved, and there are things within it that have been twisted to a point of being evil. And you would have the opportunity to use your skills to root out that evil and to genuinely make better the lives of people that are innocent. And something tells me that that might appeal to someone like you.
He doesn't break eye contact with her and takes just a moment to gauge her allegiance. All I've ever wanted for the Ember Maw is for, besides Syndralis, the people who live there to be left alone, to exist together. I can promise you I've got problems with the Far Empire and the Sacred Machine. But I like these people, and got nowhere else to go to, so if I can help, I will.
He just smiles. Well, how about that? She gets up and
Question. While that was happening, can I pull Charles to a corner and look at Mazarin, too many M names,
Yep.
to see if she will understand that I want her to drop the silent spell. I'm presuming it was her who cast it.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, a silence spell is an area spell.
The corner.
So
Bring you out of it.
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah. So I drag Charles to. Well, no, I don't drag him. I ask him nicely to. I just
I
like
can
go
hear
like
you.
this.
Okay.
I go like this. So that
I
we
get out.
can. And then
Okay.
while Enoch and Marion were talking, are you okay? You went missing during the funeral.
I went missing after the funeral. And
No, that was during the funeral. The funeral was still in session.
people were greeting other people. I thought that meant it was done.
No, it doesn't matter. Semantics.
Yeah.
I'm
I
checking
went
on
out.
you and seeing how you
Yeah,
were doing. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Perfect.
I went
Okay.
outside, had a smoke, saw your
You don't
cousin,
have to. Which cousin?
the one with the ram skull tattoo, all up
You
in her
talking
cleavage.
Belladonna?
Oh, we did more than talk.
Charles. Okay. Did she do well? Oh God.
Yes.
Nope. It's fine. Okay. Well, did you
She,
sign or say anything that seemed like a possible, like,
I didn't sign
contractual
anything.
agreement? I said or say anything. That sounded like a contractual agreement. That's kind of their thing.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Well, if someone
I
starts
mean,
whispering,
does is intercourse a contractual agreement?
I mean, not the type that I'm asking about.
Okay, then no.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it was pretty.
I will say Mazarin is going to walk up to this as she's
Yeah.
been very obviously eavesdropping here
Yeah.
because she was curious. She walks by and just looks at you both and double finger guns and is like, I told you. I told you. I knew it. He was out of breath, telepathically
You
out of
did.
breath.
Yes, you did say
So
that.
she
Mazarin
looks at
just
and she looks at you
I'll go
and she
for the high
goes,
five.
hold on, but who? I didn't catch it. Who was it?
was
Her,
Belladonna.
Who's that?
yeah. Her cousin was a
Laura.
ram skull.
That's the one that
She
has
just goes.
three.
She goes for the high five.
I go high five.
Respect.
Yeah. So okay, we were just checking on you, make sure you didn't.
Oh, that's your cousin.
Yes. Yes, that is my cousin.
Interesting.
I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once
Uh,
as I ever was.
It's okay. You don't have to describe anything. We just wanted to make sure you weren't getting assassinated. That's good enough.
Why would I get
Happy you're
assassinated
okay.
here?
I mean, Enoch was worried about it. I think he likes you.
Thank you, Enoch. You're a pretty swell fella yourself.
He's
What?
not
Hey,
right
guys,
here.
I-
He's over there talking to
Oh,
Marion.
thanks,
Sorry.
Enoch.
Continue, Marion.
Okay.
How you tolerate them, I don't know.
They grow on
Us
us.
Southerners are not always like that, but
Can I assume there's a very easy and dismissive way to call a servant in here, which I would like
Yep.
to do.
yep, it's
Like
really
maybe
just
like a
looking at one of the ones that is like standing about 30 feet away from you, and he'll come running over.
Who is it?
I'll ask.
You haven't seen this guy before.
Okay.
Could you get us a bottle of? I look over at Charles. What's a good, like something to drink? Oh, what did you like at the funeral, Mazur?
Blackstaff.
Could you get us a bottle of Blackstaff, please?
Oh,
I
Right
don't
away.
say
give me
please.
some.
Could you get us a bottle of Blackstaff?
Oh, and could you get me just a little bit of? I can't think of any alcohol right now.
Whiskey?
Brain
Wine?
fog. Whiskey.
Wine with
Just
Right
me.
away, sir.
On the rocks.
Tequila.
Yeah.
Right away, sir. And he'll scuttle off and come back with a bottle of Blackstaff, which is about like probably 10,000 gold pieces per bottle.
20.
What?
Jesus.
Good lord.
This is the same winemaker that you all partooked in at Faraday's ball. So this is top shelf.
This is what they
Oh,
were
this
serving
is-
at the funeral?
No, at Faraday's ball, yeah.
No, but I asked
Also
Mazur
at
when
the
she had at
funeral.
the funeral, and she said
Yeah.
this. So
Yep.
they were just dropping bottles of this at the funeral. Oh
Yep.
my god.
Oh, wasn't that where Trissandra
Yep.
worked? Oh,
Green bottle.
Nope.
no, is
Um,
that different?
Hope
That's
it did
different.
say green bottle.
Yeah, different. It's not a green
Well, I
bottle,
will-
it's a black staff.
I will wait till Marion and Enoch are done before.
Yeah, Marion is standing up as she is like welcoming Enoch to the team. And she will go over to you. She'll share a drink with you all. And she'll say, I'd like to raise a toast to Block 252. I have had the utmost faith in your team to do great things, and it feels very good to be proven right and to see the fruits of your success. And she raises her glass.
Clink.
Here's clink. Oh, clink.
To change, he'll say, and try to gauge the response.
Is it to change?
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys I met with Zalathea today? Like the actual prophet of Conscriptus, kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
She
Marion
says after,
slowly
like,
turns
having a
her
break.
she like turns her head at you. I'm sorry, what?
I was summoned by Zalathea today. It very impressive demigod woman. You know, I don't. Yeah,
Girl boss.
An honor, I
you could
imagine.
say girl boss. Yes, absolutely an honor.
Sounds terrifying.
You know, she's got flames for eyes, so had to
Very
walk
cool.
through fire a couple of times. What are you gonna do?
That part doesn't sound as cool.
Oh, do you need some?
That was
I
pretty
I
cool.
thought that was just new styling, but yeah, you do look a little burnt.
No. Yeah, no, that's just singeing. No, it hurt. It definitely hurt.
It looks cool.
Thank you.
Do you mind? And he like
What?
just holds
Oh.
up a hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Punch
place it
her.
on your. He doesn't have to punch. He only does it when he's angry. He'll place a hand gently on your forearm, and those burned, singed flesh marks will like fade to pink and heal, and scabs fleck away. And he'll drop you a healthy 3d8.
Ooh, thank you.
Ooh.
Wowzers.
We went up a dice denomination.
Come on, Cindy,
Math.
come on,
It's mathing. It's mathing.
come on. 25 points of healing.
Oh, that's well more than I took. Thank you.
Yeah, that's your max.
Oh,
HP.
Marion.
Yes. Juicy. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Enoch. Yeah, it was seemed like she was pretty much okay with whatever I plan on doing. I don't know. Didn't seem like she really had much guidance necessarily.
What did you ask any questions?
Honestly, not really. I was pretty rooted on the spot.
Well,
I'm sorry,
should-
Charles. Was I
no, I was
below
just wondering
your
if you asked or
expectations?
not. No. That's what. Zero expectations.
Okay.
I was
thank
just wondering.
She did say that in her generation, there was allusion to the fact that. You know what? Never mind. Maybe we talk about this some other time somewhere else.
Okay.
Not it.
So,
I-
Miriam, does that mean you're not our boss?
Um,
Like, do we
I
actually
mean-
report to the Spy Master?
yeah, you report to the spy master through me.
Oh, that's what I was trying to get at. So we don't get to meet him.
Perhaps you will someday. I don't know if that. Do you want to?
I don't. I. What? Not. I mean, I'm neutral on it. I was just wondering what. Like, were we going to see him?
The spy
every time
master
for
is
a
not the
mission?
type of person that you generally want to meet.
What? That's why I asked you.
You will not be meeting the spy master.
Kind of implied in the name, isn't it?
Okay. Cool. So you'll call us or something?
We will be discussing your next assignment after you've had a few days to recover. Although, if you wish to get started early, then I can gather a report by tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, I got some stuff I gotta hammer out tonight.
No, I'm fine just taking some time. Jeez.
I
Yeah.
figured that might be the case. I mean, you all fought off a battalion of Steel Covenant. I figured perhaps a few days off is in order.
I'm into that.
We did really impressive. You guys, I forgot. We haven't even had time to talk about that. You were all amazing.
You were amazing.
It was pretty great. Yeah.
You
That was-
dueled that guy and you killed him.
Teamwork, well, before that, but we synergized very well, I felt.
In the tent, it was on. Yeah.
Yeah. We really locked in there. That was great.
The company you served, Charles, kind of shit.
Those weren't my guys. My guys all died.
Well. Sorry. That was
I mean, they were probably
rude.
trained.
But we did
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I killed him. Killed him.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think, honestly, I think
We're
if-
fucking Ledgermen.
even if Admiral Cathars hadn't showed up, I think we might have taken them.
It was going well. Did they give you a book?
I was
Did you-
just going to ask, Marion, do I get one of those fancy books I've seen them all carry?
Oh,
Seems
yeah.
like a
I have a whole.
badge.
I have a starter's kit for you.
Oh.
Actually, I suppose now is,
Nice.
as good of a time as any, and she'll under her jacket, she'll pull out like a little handbag, and she goes to like undo a satchel and like a satchel and a satchel, and it just like folds largely open, and she reaches inside and pulls out just this black box, and sets it down and pushes it over towards you.
He'll slide it toward himself with reverence and flick it open.
You have a Ledgerman's uniform. There is a black dagger. There is a black ledger, and 1,500 gold pieces.
Damn.
Money.
That's what I call a starter's kit, dog.
More money than we
Signing
ever
bonus,
held.
G.
Signing bonus.
He'll take out the uniform, take out the sack of gold, and then push the box with the dagger back towards her.
Take that, and she'll just take the whole box and put it back in the. Did you take the book?
Yeah, the book too. Sorry. Yeah.
Yep. She'll put everything else back in the satchel she had.
That was a perfectly good dagger, Enoch.
Listen, one step at a time, okay? I'm not wearing my mask. We'll deal with the weapons later.
Okay, yeah.
He's not wearing his mask right now?
He hasn't put
Nah,
it
we
back
can
on
prove it.
since the funeral, no.
Tiny little face.
Yeah, it's a tiny little face.
I like
Um, as you're all having a good time and talking, at some point Marion will kind of pull Luminora aside, and she just kind of leans in and says, "So, it's good to see you. I'm sorry about how we last left things. If you get a chance, I was hoping," and as
Do you
she's
wanna-
saying that,
Tour of the place.
as she's saying that, and as you begin to ask that, one of the servants just runs over to you, Luminora, and hands you a little letter.
So many goddamn letters. Sure. Look at it. I open it. What does the letter say?
It is just a. It bears the seal of House Maelthram.
Oh. Ooh.
Which one's that?
That's the one who invited us on a
Hunting party.
hunt.
He invited you on a hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys can all come, right? I thought it was an us thing, right? Wasn't it an us
It was your
thing?
group. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at it just like, oh man.
Marion just goes, "That looks important."
It's from one of the other houses. Did Charles, Enoch, Sal, Maz, did you guys want to go on a hunt with House Maelthram? I
Oh,
myself
what?
would prefer not to, but
Is this another
Well-
political dance type of thing?
exactly, yeah. So we'll have to, be on watch for behaviors, and there'll probably
have to-
be a little bit of kissing up to us, and we have to make sure it's not too much because then later on,
Would
you
it
kinda owe
benefit you
them.
for us to go?
Yeah.
I have no preference. If
No.
I'm
Would it
asking,
benefit your
because-
standing
oh,
to go? That's what you're
okay.
asking, right? You know?
Exactly. I think I know how this stuff works.
I mean,
I think Enoch knows.
Charles already charmed Belladonna Vorinth, so who knows, Enoch? Maybe you'll charm. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. I'm gonna say
Freya.
maybe you'll charm. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe you can charm him.
I think we
Yeah.
should go.
Put that mask back on, though.
No. I think his.
Help you out.
I think his face is endearing.
It's
No,
it's not that. It's it's like a mysterious.
Well, they already saw it
Yeah.
at the funeral.
Well, yeah. So he's not hiding anything. He's being mysterious. Sexy.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
let's do it.
Marion just kind of speaks up and says, "I'm sorry, this seems so rude."
It is. Yeah. No, it is.
What do you mean?
Miss Firehouse.
Are you home? Why are you all poking fun at Enoch's appearance?
Oh,
Oh.
he has. This is the first day we've seen his face.
Yeah.
I see no reason for you to hide your face, Enoch. I think you are perfectly handsome.
I didn't say to hide his face. I
said
said
it
be
was private.
mysterious.
Mask
I
stays off.
Cool. Whatever, dude.
I would
I
just
don't
point out
give a
that in typically in the Sacred Machine, when a colleague is well respected and appreciated, typically his other colleagues will poke fun at him and be very rude. And that is something that is very common in our culture. Do you have something like that where you come from?
Yeah, it usually involves a lot more blood and broken bones, though. So this isn't too bad.
It's like that, but just emotional bloodiness.
Yeah.
It
you
means
will
that you are
cry.
accepted.
The mask stays off. Fuckers.
Well,
Well
that
done.
was a little harsh.
I said it was charming. I don't understand why you're so upset.
With that, Marion just kind of gently kind of touches your arm and leans in and just says, "Well, unfortunately, I guess it appears that you are occupied for the evening. Um, I think I might find a place in town to stay for a few days. And
Could stay here. It's fine. I mean, granted, I'm sure you don't want to like run into my mother in the halls, but servants could get a room for you.
it would save me the trip of."
I do the stare at someone until they show up.
Yeah, you see one of the servants who's kind of like spacing out a little bit.
Hey,
Oh, and he just like gets moving.
Jesus. Please show Miss Virel to a guest room.
Very well. And he'll set up one of the rooms.
Alright, guys, get ready to go on a hunt.
We're going right now. Can I go to my room? Change?
Yeah, go get your.
I want to do it.
Meet in the foyer.
How long do I have?
The letter indicates that you've got about an hour to get there. And it's about maybe a 20-minute walk.
Charles books it to his room.
Enoch just begins changing where he is.
Well,
Why did Charles run and Enoch? You're just gonna put that in the dining room? Okay, yeah,
You've
sure, that's fine.
already seen all you need to see.
whoa.
Noted. Okay. I
We
will
went swimming
go.
in our skivvies together. Don't be shy.
I know. I remember. Okay, it's just we're in the dining room.
Well, they don't seem to mind, pointing at all the servants.
No, that's not their job to mind. Okay, well, I'm going
Enoch,
to go.
I appreciate your practicality.
Is that Marion or Razran?
Yeah, Marion.
I'm going to go get changed.
Mazarin kind of stumbles off, just being like, "What does someone wear for a hunt?" Okay, so you all are getting changed, and you were instructed to meet Freya's hunting party? In the outskirts of Conscriptus, just outside of town, not at House Maelstrom. Yes, Charles.
In my room, is there like a tall dresser or something?
Yeah.
I'm going to click on my immovable rod, use it to step up, and place my old
Nice.
revolver on top of it to
Okay.
hide it. And I will holster. I'll get changed into my regular outfit, holster the new thing in my holster, and take Wrath with me as well.
Wrath.
Yeah, the rifle.
Wrath is gone.
What do you mean?
It is nowhere in sight.
What do you mean it's nowhere in sight?
Wrath is gone. It is nowhere in sight.
I'll take my other rifle then, I guess. I need a rifle for hunting.
Okay.
But I also have the crazy gun, revolver, and cannon.
Well, for a second, as you regard it, you are not quite attuned to it, but with the time that you've spent with it, there is a name that begins to tickle the back of your brain as far as what this weapon would be called. And that name is Malice.
Full circle, baby. Fuck.
Oh man, no, fuck. I got it again. Alright. Alright. So I got Malice. And I got my standard Vindicator.
Okay. So you all make the whatever adjustments you'd like to make. You can kit up however you like.
What
And you
is-
begin.
What is the Black Ledgerman? Are we in suits? I don't actually really know what
The
I'm
uniforms
just like a cowboy.
are quite civilian. You've actually never seen anyone wearing their uniform.
So it's like civilian clothes.
It's basically like a trench coat with an insignia on the lapel.
But pants. There's no pants?
I mean, it comes with just like a black suit
T-shirt.
and pants, basically. But
I'm sure.
like the most people don't like. There's really just like a trench coat that goes with it. Most people don't even wear that. The Black Legendmen usually kind of just wear whatever they want. Usually people wear black. Mazarin
That's
kind
cool.
of already was fitting right in, but you
Okay.
kind of get the sense that maybe she always dressed that way.
Okay. I'm sure I could do this a mundane way, but this is way cooler. Could I use my mending cantrip plus the fact that I got the hand of healing, hand of harm thing to like reverse mending and just like cleanly rip out some stitches if it's a trench coat, like along the arms.
So you want to go like Matrix trench coat, sleeveless
Make it
style?
a sleeveless trench coat, yeah.
You can absolutely do that.
Cool.
That's crazy.
I need mobility.
Oh.
Okay. Yep.
Makes
You've
its
got your black
modifications.
trench coat. Yeah, I love it.
Whatever. That's crazy, dude.
So tactical.
It's so tacky.
So with that, you all make your way towards the rendezvous. You're gonna be
Or
borderline
in
a
the
little
foyer
late.
First.
Okay. Yep. You all meet.
So you're
Alright.
gonna
Various-
parlay?
I said, are we meeting in the foyer? Foyer.
Oh,
I don't know how to
foyer, I
pronounce
thought-
it.
Neither do
In
I.
a
I was gonna
British
ask you.
accent. I think it's foyer, but I don't
Gonna
know. I
ask
feel
you how
like
it's pronounced in an English accent. American.
foyer. Yeah, and we're gonna same vibe as the funeral. We're just walking there. If we're late, we're late.
Okay.
Feel like we were intentionally late to the funeral.
Yeah, but you guys took forever getting changed, so now we have to pretend to be intentionally late to this too.
Okay. So with that, you make your way to the southern end of town. You actually make it outside of the outskirts of town. As you walk through, once you get out of the kind of noble district, Conscriptus has a very different feel to it. It is just like barracks on barracks, and the few little industrial outposts here seem to be all geared towards like building ships or weapons or something else. You do see briefly a port to the northern part of the city. And you can hear the like heavy clangs of metal and wood and industry coming from the Blackwater Freight Lab, which is the large shipbuilding outpost by the port. With that, as you just march through the city with purpose, Luminora, you are just recognized by almost every single soul here as you're just kind of in play, like just walking plainly through the city. And there's kind of like a hush that is brought upon whatever part you're walking through, where the otherwise industrious sounds of the city kind of are quelled down. And you're drawing a lot of stairs as you walk through. As you make it towards the outskirts, you can, in the distance, see a structure. It looks like some kind of like stone stables off to the south, maybe about like half a mile out, going towards the clay warrens.
Is that where we are rendezvousing?
That it appears to be so, because you were told like
Oh, what?
south of the city, and that's the only
Are we
thing.
about to get ambushed, guys?
Yeah, we'll fuck them up.
I just realized. Okay, yeah. Just in case this is an ambush, let's all, heads on a swivel type deal.
You
Charles
got it.
continues, hand on gun.
And then we'll
Holster.
head in that direction. Yeah. I
Holster strap on.
I like what you did to your sleeves. That's creative.
Oh, thank you. It's this is a lot less freeing than the wraps I was wearing. So,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
and
You just wear your wraps.
No, I think this is cooler
no.
for sure.
no, this feels more
Just saying.
official.
Yeah.
This lets
That's
people
why I
know
never take off my uniform.
he's not from here, but he's with us.
Yeah.
And he still,
No.
still has his mask tied, leather belt, like to his. But, hey, Luminora, you and Marion, you she's your
We
boss?
shared a drink before. We have shared a drink before. That's
Okay, I wasn't. All right.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it's a little awkward because it's awkward. What do you want to? I don't know what you want me to say. She like looks forward.
Well, I
Don't
mean,
know.
if you don't gotta say anything. I was just feeling, I heard she's your boss. The first time meeting her, and there was, I mean, I'll just say it, obvious sexual tension in the air. So, I mean,
I don't think that's accurate at all. There was no tension. No, that's not true.
that gives a
Right?
look to Charles.
Charles is just smiling.
Yeah, no, I
Like-
probably misread it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I was just gonna like show her around the manor or something,
Yeah.
Nothing.
Give her- Give a real good tour.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, great talk, guys. Thanks.
Go
She
for it.
also, Mazarin kind of pipes up and goes like, she also is kind of cut from the same cloth, right? Like somewhat status, but like just far enough to where it's still hot, right?
Dude, Mazarin gets it.
I was just impressed by fucking your boss. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
To be clear, I have not had sexual interactions with my boss.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, technically yet because I haven't.
'Cause
So
Trying to.
and
Sorry to do
I
this, but
did not.
they went on a date back when we were in the Sanctiforge.
it
I knew it.
was not a date. We had drinks in her office. That's not a date.
That sounds a lot like a date.
Luminora blew it.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not blow it. Okay, first off, she left the date abruptly. If
Yeah,
anything,
sounds like you blew it.
I.
Well,
She just like runs and like looks forward and starts walking a little faster.
Lumina not used to be calling on her out on her shit.
in the city.
Now you got real
that-
friends.
As you approach, this area appears to be stables, and there are large and heavy beasts that you can kind of hear and see behind the stonework. And as you turn the corner, you see your cousin Freya just kind of patiently leaning against one of the stone pillars here, and you see a pack of what appear to be domesticated bullets or land shark.
I don't like this.
You were expecting an entire hunting party.
Yeah.
The Maelstrom hunters are known for kind of being like the rangers of the clay warrens, kind of like keeping the ecosystem in check. Something that none of the other houses give a shit about. And they always hunt in packs, and you see Freya alone. And she just looks at you and says, "I'm happy that you made it, cousin. If not fashionably late, but it seems..."
My companions needed to change.
Well,
But don't they all look amazing?
quite.
Charles
Well,
reaches a hand out. Charles Brands.
She reaches hers out and gives you like a warrior's handshake.
Awesome, I'm into it.
And she goes, "Call me Freya." Well, take your pick. We have the big one, that's Judge. Then we have Oathbreaker and Adjudicator.
I want Adjudicator because of the name.
She kind of nods, and she almost looks a little bit impressed by your choice.
Let me get Judge.
That seems fitting. I'll take Oathbreaker then.
Okay. As you go to approach, she just like trusts that you're all gonna figure it out. She goes to like unlatch them and kind of will like somewhat help everyone like get mounted up here. So we'll start with Luminora. How would you like to handle Adjudicator here? How are you going to go about doing this?
Frickin' I have no idea how to get on a goddamn land shark. I'm going to look at Freya, pause, and say, I do not know how to get on a land shark. And
says, "Well,
it does
we
pain
have-
me to admit that.
I wouldn't necessarily expect you to, but I trust your intuition here. Adjudicator is compared to his brothers, a highly intelligent beast. And more than them, I feel that he respects kindred souls and a like-minded intelligence. There are stirrups, and the physical part of it should be very easy. It's more about what comes after and how you communicate with the beast. So
Or I'm just gonna start talking to him like he's a person.
okay, do you have, is there some
She
kind of,
said he's intelligent, so she's assuming she's like, I'll just talk with him.
is there some kind of skill check you will be using to manage the Adjudicator here?
Maybe a little bit of insight, where I'm like trying to suss out his vibes.
Okay,
on
I'll
my
let you start
vibe.
with an insight check. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay. Okay. That's only a 10. That's a 16.
Okay. This is a land shark.
That's a land shark.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does not appear to speak or respond to common. It definitely seems to more work on just general like vibes and attitude. And as you approach it in kind of the way that you're speaking to it, it almost looks a little bit annoyed. In a way that like he's like, can we just please get on with this?
Can I? Can I? I know it's an animal, but I'm gonna lean in and just whisper to it, hopefully so other people can't hear, and be like, "I'm kind of annoyed too, and I was preferring to stay at home, so."
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and get on.
Okay, go ahead and give me some kind of check. Just tell me what it is, because that'll determine the DC.
Acrobatics.
Okay, so you're just like, I'm gonna get on top of that thing, and we'll figure out what happens next.
Yeah.
Yep, love it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah. Let's do this. That is a 14. Oh, it's not rolling for 3 because
That's okay, because it rolled pretty low. Yep, you beat its contested check, and you get on top of it, and it starts trying to buck you, and it's fighting you, and
Hey, I thought we
like,
had an
briefly,
understanding.
it calms. You watch as Freya shouts at it in Celestial, and it calms.
They speak Celestial? I say to her in Celestial.
They understand commands.
Could have started with that, Freya.
She just smiles, and you watch as she turns and just kind of like pulls the reins, and you watch as her bullet just like leaps about 15 feet into the air, hits the ground hard, bounces off, and then starts like swimming through the sand. So it's like a jet ski.
That's ridiculous.
That's pretty cool.
Does not seem like an efficient way to travel.
I mean, she's tearing ass. It's faster than you'd be on foot.
I'm going to try and do her exact same movements to follow her.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an unskilled intelligence check.
Okay. That's 16.
Okay. Now, there are 2 people that need rides. Who's going to take Mazarin and who's going to take Sal?
Oh, forgot about that.
Take Mazarin.
I was going to take
Sal.
Mazarin.
Okay, perfect.
Thank
All right,
God.
Charles has Mazarin? Okay.
No, apparently,
No, you can take
no,
her.
no.
You're
Okay.
good. I just didn't want Sal.
yeah.
Okay. So, Chuck, how are you going to approach communing with your beast? This is
Walks up. I
Oathbreaker.
assume that Judge is the farther one in this picture. That's what I've been
Yes.
picturing in my mind.
Judge looks a little bit older.
Yeah.
A little wiser.
So Charles goes up to Judge right in front of him and puts his hand on his nose and kind of, puts his head down. And he's like, Judge, you and me, bud. Judge.
Mazarin is slowly taking a step back. This sounds like an animal handling check.
It is an animal handling check.
Yeah, give me one of those. Take that at advantage.
Nice. Nice. 21.
Nice.
So you watch as Judge just like sits there and he's like, lets out a couple grunts, and then you watch as the ground beneath him begins to like vibrate, and you watch as Judge in place just like sinks into
Yeah.
the sand, and then just like coasts forward a little bit, and you can just like easily.
I walk right on
get
the
on.
saddle.
Oh yeah.
I put my hand out to Mazarin.
She's gonna very cautiously take out her hand, grab yours, and then like get behind you, and go like, "Okay, I'm already covered in sand."
All right. Let's go. And I do like a cowboy thing.
Yeah. Judge just skates off silently, and Judge is off.
Nice.
Judge.
Judge.
Enoch steps in front of Oathbreaker.
This one
Right
looks
off.
like the meanest ones.
Perfect. That's the exact vibe I wanted.
It's just giving you side eye.
He cocks his head back to Sal and says, I know you're old, but get ready to move quick. And he's gonna face Oathbreaker and give him a quick 1-2 right on the snout, and I'm gonna attempt to stunning strike him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an
What?
attack roll.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
Dabs.
I love it.
21 to hit, and then that's a 15 con.
Okay.
I don't want to do
How
like,
much damage?
if I
Yeah, so
can
we'll call it
do
like a point of
one.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like a shark, land shark. Yeah, just like a shark. He punches them like right in the nose to disorient him.
Okay. Con save rolled quite low. That's a 13.
DC 15. That failed.
Okay.
It's like
So you
my
hit it,
first
and it just
stun.
kind of like gets stunned, and you're gonna just try to like jump on it.
All right, Sal, jump on and hold on tight. And Enoch definitely jumps up and tries to help Sal up.
So, with a movement that does not seem like someone who is in his 90s, he like pulls up his pants so they're like just below his knees, and then just starts kind of like,
Knobbing you down.
yeah, he hops on, and he actually doesn't even need your help. You're on Judd. You're on sorry, Oathbreaker. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check at advantage.
Oh, natural 19. Or 19.
Okay. With that, Oathbreaker just kind of like shakes his head, sees that you're behind him, and then like you kind of feel this like anger that slowly calms, and you kind of feel some shared respect with this beast. And with that, you watch as it just kind of almost like a cat getting ready to leap, where he kind of shimmies. He does that, but just kind of like sinks into the sand.
Judge.
I take Sal's hands wherever they are, and I wrap them around my waist.
He was already holding on.
Okay. I do not want this old man to fall off.
I trust Mazarin to make her own decisions.
Immediate death. Yeah.
Breaks every hip.
Yeah. So
Every hip?
It's only 2 of them.
He's got an extra one, I'm sure of it.
yeah.
In his bag.
Break
Yeah.
each hip more than once. So with that, you take off, I presume, and you are all now like trying to catch up to the leader, whose name is High Marcher. And yeah, you are all just kind of like snaking through this landscape. It's interesting. Once you get out of the area of Conscriptus, this is actually like a thick, kind of sticky red clay that would have just been absolute hell to trudge through. Like this is very clearly like difficult terrain, but the bullets actually start to pick up speed once they hit the red clay, and they're literally just swimming through this stuff like it's water. And you watch as they're leaving this weird wake, where as they go through, the earth just kind of like parts into like these kind of like D-shaped like depressions that just freeze in time. So there's like these waves that are left by the bullets that are just completely like once they're created, they're just there. And you can feel yourself like going through some of your friends' wakes as there's like almost like through a boat, you can cut through it. or just kind of like ride alongside it. And you're kind of like making this weird sculpture through the clay warrens as you're traveling through. Um, so, um, with that, there was you can kind of ride up along next to each other, and you can like have a conversation as we travel. So as this happens, are you all just following Freya, or are you trying to kind of have a little bit of time to communicate with each other or her?
Pull up next to as a group, at least first. I'll try to pull up next to Luminora. So, probability that this is still an ambush?
It's not 0.
Cool. This is cool.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I really haven't
Matt,
been this far out of Conscriptus.
Another 5.
you watch as up ahead of you, Freya sees that you're all kind of getting the hang of things, and you watch as her bullet turns and does like a hard corner, and then leaps up about 30 feet into the air, and then starts like skipping along the surface like it's water, and like kind of swings around head back towards you, gets like behind you, and then comes back up to you and rides up next to Luminora.
That's cool.
And she'll just say, if you want to get them to jump, simply dig your heels in as hard as you can. Just hold on tight.
They got spurs.
See?
Charles, are you doing this?
Yeah.
I will have you know that Mazarin has just gotten comfortable enough to start sitting side saddle. Are you going to give her a warning?
Oh, I won't do it if she's side saddle.
As she says that, Mazarin immediately just like swings over and goes back into a normal position, kind of feeling that you might just try it. So if you give her a second, she'll assume the position. So
Once she's ready,
yeah,
I'll kind of like look back over my shoulder.
you feel her hold you tight.
Okay. And then I do the heels.
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Did you say why? Why not,
I
dude?
said-
No one said why.
I said, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 16.
Okay, that is a success. Mazarin succeeds, but
Good.
you land hard, and your bullet just is kind of like bouncing, and like now it's kind of started like Judge is kind of on his own, like doing a couple little skips, where like almost like a dolphin, kind of like every once in a while just like popping up and then like landing again. And then you hear as Freya just says, "Good, very good. Now, to get them to burrow, point your toes forward. Just get very low."
I get. Well, no, I'm not gonna do this one. I got a hat on.
Enoch was waiting for this. He was just going to do it without even knowing if they
Okay.
could do it.
Okay.
So he like reaches a hand forward and grabs Sal's collar, pulls him down, and digs his heels down and pushes the head of this bullet downwards with his toes.
Okay. There's like this snarl as it picks up speed and then begins just swimming through the clay. And you cannot breathe down here. And you cannot see down here. But you kind of have this vague sense of where you are. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, what happens if I fall off?
Die. Trapped in the mud.
Yikes.
To roll a new
Hit by
character.
quicksand.
Okay, 17.
Okay, you pass. Sal passes by rolling very high. You get the sense that you totally may have just been dragged by this thing, as your foot may have still been caught by the stirrup, and you're at the whims of this thing. But no, you dive and you watch as Enoch and Sal just disappear in the earth, and you can like vaguely hear the sound of just moving earth beneath you. And Luminora, you feel this gentle whoop, like this undulation as you feel them travel under you, displacing some of the earth above. And then you watch as Enoch and Sal appear as it just dives out about like 15 feet up in the air, and then and goes back into that like kind of serpentine clay skating.
Look back at Mazrin. Well, I think really hard at Mazrin. So
Who's got an initiative?
She
If that
looks.
works, it
She
works.
you think hard at her, and she says, "You know that doesn't work, but I just washed my hair, so I'm going to ask you not to."
Oh, I was just saying we're definitely not doing that.
Okay, good.
I got a hat.
Okay, thank God. Enoch, you definitely have like bits of clay like in your hair, and like kind of like this like these particles that are like coming off your face, but it kind of feels good. Like these bits of like sharp red clay that are just kind of like this clay shrapnel hitting you. It kind of feels good. I don't know how to explain it.
No, he's loving it.
Sal has just been kind of like wah, wah, like screaming the whole time. With that, Luminora, Freya is kind of. You get the sense that she's kind of keeping a close eye on you, trying to gauge like how you're doing with all this. How is Luminora feeling right now?
She feels very out of her element and is kind of just trying to like take everything in. Is trying to find a part of herself that enjoys this. Not sure if it's there yet. We're still sussing that part out, but she's just like, is this cool? Am I having fun? Like, the wind's in my hair, that's nice. But she's also like, I could also just be like practicing some sword forms or something, though.
Yeah. So Freya is, I'm going to say, kind of noticing, she's looking like a little disappointed. There's a lack of like this living in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as she moves like ahead of you and kind of like cuts you off, kind of like spraying clay in your face. And you watch as she, the bullet dives about 30 feet up in the air. With that, you watch as Freya stands on the bullet as it's in the apex of its dive. She jumps up another 10, and then there's this like flash. And Freya doesn't fall, and you watch as she's like now barrel rolling as these two radiant angelic wings flay out, and she is now just like soaring through the air, and she turns and begins diving like on her back. And as she does, she yells out a command. And in Celestial, you would hear the term adjudicator, fly. And with that, you hear like your bullet start to grunt, and it is going to now take off with or without you, and yours is going to dive 30 feet up in the air, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Love that. Okay.
Oh,
That
she's styling on
is
you, dude.
an 18.
Nice.
Okay. You see this coming, hold on beautifully, and yours 30 feet in the air and lands. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 24.
24. If you choose to, you can avoid having a good time right now.
Jesus.
I will have a good time right now.
Oh,
She-
yeah.
Yeah, she's like, she feels herself trying to like get into it, and she's like, yeah, that would be cool, but also like that's kind of like, I mean, that's a little, self-control, people. And then she just like looks back at everyone else like jumping around and just like, all right, freaking, let's have a good time.
With that, you watch as Freya now, as she's in that backwards dive, turns, shouts another command, and High Marcher jumps up, and she catches the saddle and goes down with him and lands. And you watch as the wings fold back in, and then like that, they kind of radiantly like fade away, and then she almost like hard brakes next to you, and then speeds up just to like perfectly match her stride. And
Wow.
she just looks at you and she just goes, if I'm not mistaken, cousin, it almost looks like the hint of a smile I see.
Yeah, I'm smiling. And then I pause, and like, there's like the tiniest, like, not smile, and she looks at her like,
And here we all thought that the women of Catharis were all dead inside. Glad to see that we were proven wrong.
mostly dead on the outside, too. And then she chuckles, because that was a joke.
Yeah. She laughs and then like drives her bullet into yours and is going to ram into you. I'd like another dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. A 21.
Okay. You perfectly like bounce off of the impact, and you come back and like drive yours. You can drive yours into hers if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you ram her. And as you go to do so, before the impact, she dives and she disappears.
She's good at this.
And then will reappear on the other side of you, hair completely like with like these flecks of like red clay that are like just being kind of blown off with the wind. And as you are having this whimsical journey, she's going to point out ahead, and you'll watch as you see like a pack of what appear to be wild bullets, just kind of like showing their backs and diving and showing their backs and diving, maybe about like 300 feet to the south.
Very cool.
How fast are these
With
things
that-
going?
Yeah, how fast are we going?
You're going about 100 feet, or sorry, about like 120 feet per round.
Oh, that's pretty fast.
Okay. I can match it.
You could,
I can match
for
it.
for
What
a
a
brief
muck.
amount of time.
For 1 second, yeah.
Yeah.
One round.
Yeah.
6 seconds.
I can match it.
But as you do, you hear those of you who are within earshot as Freya's kind of yelling this out. Most of the other houses are not interested in venturing beyond their noble halls. Maelthram have tamed some of the land shark packs and will use them to traverse the clay warrens. Typically, we travel in packs ourselves, but since I have all of you, you're all going to be my pack for the hunt today. So, I would ask that you
What are we hunting?
respect and protect your beast and they will pay you back in kind. And she looks at you, Charles, and just says, "It's just up here, over that large dune that you see. It looks maybe about like 1,000 feet up ahead of you."
Okay.
We're not hunting those things? Pointing to the writhing, wild bullets.
She shakes her head and just says, "No, we leave them be."
Sounds good.
So after a brief while, Freya will slow, and you watch as she actually just like stands up on her bullet as it's still moving, and then just like seamlessly steps off of it as it's like mostly sunken in the ground. And you watch as she kind of like gets low to the ground and begins like walking up to the precipice of this large clay dune. As it does, you watch as High Marcher just kind of like sinks up, and then kind of like a dog that gets out of a lake just starts like shaking itself, and all this red clay just flecks off in every direction.
I attempt the same maneuver.
I would like to stop and then dismount and then move next to Freya.
I feel like the judge of a good relationship.
Okay. This is an advanced maneuver, so I'm going to ask for a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, or an acrobatics at disadvantage.
Bad. It's not bad. That's not bad. 16. At
16.
disadvantage.
Yeah. So with that, you kind of stand up, and Mazarin's like, "Charles, what are you doing?" And with that, you kind of like get low, and for a second, you're kind of like skateboarding here or surfboarding, and it slows and slows and slows, and you kind of lose footing a little bit, and you kind of jump forward and barrel roll, but you catch yourself. So not quite as smooth, but looks
So cool.
almost intentional. Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Then I hold up my hand to help Mazarin down.
yeah, because up, because
Oh yeah. Oh.
as you do, she's just like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And she looks down, and her legs are completely like caked in the clay, and she can't actually get up because she didn't stand up soon enough. So she like pulls up both hands, and you have to kind of like help her out. And there's this loud like slurping sound as like the negative pressure, and you pull her out of the clay. The rest of you dismount without issue, and you watch as Freya is now a little bit more serious.
Is she like just standing and looking over the dune, or is she like perched?
She's
low,
crouching.
like,
She's
looking?
perched low.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna like crouch and shimmy up next to her and see what she's looking at.
It looks like a large pit that is full of bones, with one central pile of very large bones.
Let's look to get out his binoculars. Take a closer
Nice.
look.
Whip them out.
You're whipping out some binoculars.
Yeah, I assume I have that kind of stuff with my sniper stuff.
Yeah, give me a perception check with advantage.
What the heck? Perception. Uh, 23.
Okay. I will come back to what you see as Freya begins describing some of the history of this hunt. And she says, "For a while now, we've been tracking the same beast, and once every 3 or so weeks, my hunting party and I would fell it, and every 3 or so weeks we would find that it would come back. And she looks at you, Luminora, and she says, "This endeavor may be seen by some as unnecessary and futile, because no matter how many times we put this beast down, it comes back. But the way that the daughters in our house approach this is that our pursuit is less about this beast, and it says more about us. It reminds us that there are real evils beyond our walls, and not just the ones that the sacred machine points us towards. This one in particular has been taking some of the brothers of our stable. And if you look closer, you'll see some shapes that you might recognize. With that, Charles, as you're looking, you see there are a few what look like bullets that are kind of, their flesh is kind of rotten to the bone. And you watch as one of them, like clearly dead, just like slowly raises its head, stands up, and like just stumbles a few steps, and then collapses. And at the central pile of all this, you see what looks like the rotten body of a dragon.
Oh. Interessante. Charles then lays down. So he's like, because it's like a slope, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to the top and lays down, puts his pack in front of him, puts his rifle on it, hands the binoculars to Mazrin, and starts adjusting the scope on the
Okay.
rifle.
Mazrin will peek over the side, take a look, and not say anything. And
Is there no way to kill this beast permanently? So that it stops taking your bullets, or
I don't believe that
is
the
this part of the
beast...
whole circle of life thing?
She gives you kind of an annoyed look. I don't think that the beast is the one taking the bullets. I think there is a necromancer within the Clay Warrens that has eluded our hunts for all this time. We've set out traps and tried to ward the grave of this dragon, yet on the dot keeps coming back. So for now, we're just trying to limit the spread, and I'd like to lay the family of Adjudicator to rest. Now, Cathari, this battle will have little to no advantage for you when it comes to gaining any position or favor. It only has risk. So I thank you for sharing this ride. But if you would like to turn back now adjudicator will take you home. I will not ask you to join me in the upcoming melee.
Oh, I will certainly be joining you. We don't back down from a battle. They won't either. I mean, these guys love to fight.
Charles looks at the rest of the group and he says, "We are the Ledgermen. And this beast and its master will answer to us. And if that is a good enough performance to,
Oh my god.
rally up my allies, this bolstering performance, if that's bolstering enough for the dungeon master, I'd like to give everyone here 9 temporary hit points.
Yeah, I'll say everyone can take their hit points. We'll call it a shared effort between Luminora's like not missing a beat and display of bravery, and also Charles's excellent delivery of that very badass line. As Freya totally does not roll her eyes at that. You watch as she's wearing like this long cloak. You watch as she kind of like throws her cloak over the front of her shoulder, and she's also got a long rifle that she takes off of her back. And in a very
Unfortunately,
similar,
she does not get the 9 hit points.
That's fair.
Actually,
will-
I already cast a temporary hit point on myself before we left, so you can give it to
Doesn't
her if you
matter.
want.
She's not
No,
Okay.
you're part of the group.
Just letting you know. Sorry.
There's only
Just in
6.
case you want to spread.
She is, however, going to cast an aid spell and increase everybody's max hit points by 5.
Ooh, juicy, juicy. As we're
How do
like
you do
getting all
that?
of this ready, can I to Freya? I just want to say, I mean, I'm very happy to help and do this, but I certainly would love to get my hands on a necromancer. Why aren't we finding that enemy?
I have exhausted a lot of the tools that I have as far as tracking whoever this person is. If there's something that you could do to assist, House Maelthram would deeply be in your debt.
I mean, I got nothing right now I can think of.
Let's deal
Well,
with the dragon first.
Yeah, that seems like something that needs to be dealt with. I'll draw my sword and get ready to. I'll just like go into the blade trance, get ready for this party.
Okay.
How far away
Um,
are we?
Juice up.
You are about 80 feet.
Oh, that's significantly closer than I was expecting.
Hey, for
Um,
whatever it's worth, Freya, you're definitely the coolest cousin of Luminora here. Just wanna, if we die out here, I approve of you.
with that,
Dude.
she just kind of nods and just says, I'm sure that's not true. And as she does, you watch as she just kind of like gently like makes this very subtle motion with her wrist. And you watch as for a second, like there's been some pretty heavy cloud cover. There's like this faint like light that shines through the clouds, and this like subtle like rush of air. And you watch as a golden longsword just falls from the sky, and without making a noise because of the clay, just buries itself to the hilt, like right next to her, as it's just like now sheathed in the red clay next to her as she cocks her rifle.
That was really cool.
Coolest one.
That was really cool.
Very cool.
Way better than all the other ones.
And
Definitely not.
Whoa.
with that,
Ew.
What?
Okay.
as the bones of the dragon kind of just begin to stir, you all get ready, take some breaths as you gear up to initiate this encounter, which we will pick up next week.
Ah! I want to play D&D forever.
Thanks for taking a rest,
Forever?
Sky.
Forever.
Very
I hate
cool.
these guys right now.
Yeah. My thing went better than I expected.
Man, you guys talking some mad shit about House Maelthrom,
What?
the OG.
What?
Not at all. I
When?
just said they're the
I feel like
coolest
we've been
ones.
very nice
I
to
think
them.
I think it was more Luminora. You were thinking this was going to be about politics.
Oh, I did say that. Yeah. I'm like, oh
Man,
god.
they
we're
don't give
gonna
a
have to
they don't
frickin-
give a fuck.
I mean, everything
true,
is
yeah.
about politics.
Nah, they're
technically.
like, nah, we gotta go kill these undead dragons. Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
and then you'll
okay.
get political favors.
Yeah, they owe you.
It's
What she
political.
said, actually, you don't need to do this, is not gonna help you out, and you can leave.
That's what you
So,
say.
Yeah, you said that.
now we're just gonna be friends. That's fun. That means she maybe won't try to kill us later on. Like,
No.